Here we have verse 25 of the 19th chapter of the Gospel of John. We have finished the discussion concerning Pilate and the question of the title that was affixed over the head of Jesus and so on. Pilate announcing what I've written, and so on. Now we move to a little bit more of an intimate portrait of what's taking place really at the cross itself. And especially John focuses on the women who have gathered there. So we have Hestekeson. This is from histemi. It means I stand. This is the third person plural, pluperfect, active indicative. The pluperfect is used a little less frequently in the New Testament, but shows up often enough that it's worth noting. Usually to make an English translation, we introduce the word had. So here we would say there had been standing there. This is the third person plural, so it's referring to multiple individuals who are the subject of the verb, and they're going to be identified for us within this verse. Then the postpositive da, so but there had been standing is the idea. Para is a preposition, takes the dative. It can take other cases, but in the case of the dative as we have it here, to staro, it would suggest the idea of toward, inclining toward the cross. So while Luke tells us there were several women that were in the vicinity, the ones who are identified here seem to have come closer, taken some courage, you might even say, to come to a closer proximity. So there had stood toward the cross or near the cross is the idea. The possessive genitive here, to. The genitive singular masculine article with Yesu, the genitive of the name Jesus. And then who are these people? Well, first of all, he, the nominative feminine singular article, the mater, the mother, autou, of him. So the first person identified and highlighted by John is his mother, Mary, who was there near the cross. And then kai, the connective he, same thing, adelphe, the feminine of the word adelphos, which would normally mean brother, but of course in the feminine it means the sister. So the mother of Jesus and he adelphe, the sister, tes matros. This is the genitive of mother. And so the sister of the mother, autou, possessive pronoun of him. So we have two women now. We have the one who is identified as the mother of Jesus, and the sister of Mary is the second one. And now there's a bit of an ambiguity here because we have Maria mentioned as if it were in apposition to the sister. And that would mean that Mary had a sister whose name was Mary. And that, of course, is unlikely. And so it gives rise to some questions about what's going on. It could be a sister-in-law, that's a possibility. It could be that without a chi here, we could still introduce it and suggest that this is a separate individual and that there's not three women mentioned but four. So we have the sister of Mary, who's basically not identified by name, and then a third person, Maria, he tu klopa. The of Clopas, which would mean that she's married to the individual known otherwise to us as Clopas. And that's a possibility. Of course, it could be, and commentators have divided on this, exactly who we identify this woman as, but be that as it may, there's the ambiguity. And then finally another Mary yet, so we have Maria he Magdalene, Mary Magdalene. So three or four women are there. Mary, the mother of Jesus, Mary, the wife of Clopas, Mary Magdalene, and then possibly another individual who's left unnamed, except that she happens to be the sister of Mary. One way or another, these are the courageous people who have now stepped up and are in the proximity of Jesus as he is entering into this time of grief on the cross, accomplishing the great works of the atonement, the great accomplishments of the gospel.